Welcome to English Step by Step. I am Miss Wee, and today I want to do the summary writing question in paper 1. And this is the Cambridge English First Language 0500 paper. This is the paper that I want to do with you. It's the February-March 2020 paper, paper 1, variant 2. These are the steps. First, read the blurb. Then read the question and underline the keywords. Try to predict what the points might be just by looking at the blurb. Next, read the text and underline the points that answer the question, especially those that fit your prediction. Find 10 points if possible. Number 4, decide how you would like to order your points. You don't have to follow the order in the text, and you shouldn't. Number 5, write the summary in your own words. You can combine similar points and please use transitions. And then check your work. This is the text. And this first paragraph in italics is the blurb. So we're going to read the blurb now. Dr. Craig Spencer works in emergency medicine and is also a physician for Médecins Sans Frontières. I don't know if I pronounced this correctly in French. This is an international organization that delivers emergency aid to people affected by armed conflict, epidemics, and natural disasters. He's being interviewed by a journalist for an article about interesting travel jobs. So we have done step 1. Now we're going to go to step 2, which is to read the question. So I have the question down here. I have pasted the blurb up here. According to text B, what are the attractions and challenges of being an MSF doctor? So you should highlight or underline the keywords. So immediately I know that I have to look for both attractions and challenges. Students who don't do well usually only do one and not the other. Your summary should not be more than 120 words, so please be concise. Okay, now just looking at the blurb, I can already predict some of the attractions. It says here interesting travel jobs, so perhaps one of the attractions would be that MSF doctors get to travel. Now, they deliver emergency aid to people affected by all these things. So I would guess that it's also a very fulfilling, very satisfying job. And then challenges, I can already see some of the challenges here. I think being in a dangerous zone can be very challenging. So when I go to the text, I will be looking for points along the line of my prediction. So it will be easier and hopefully faster. So now I will be going on to the next step, which is to read the text and to underline the points. So here I have already underlined the points. The attractions are in orange. So traveling abroad, people are interested in you. You can have 2 dream jobs. You work with incredible people, such as some of the best doctors. It's hugely rewarding. This was one of my predictions. And not getting involved in politics. So this was not one of my predictions. But I can still identify it as a point. And then in blue are the challenges which I have predicted. It was in the blurb. Armed conflict epidemics, that's a disease. Ongoing conflict, that's armed conflict. No flights, this was not one of my predictions. And if you are there for longer, you usually have your own space, running water, and Wi-Fi. I wouldn't think of this as an attraction. You can have your own space, running water, and Wi-Fi at home. So this is what we call an implicit point. So I would use this as a challenge that sometimes you won't get these things. You won't get your own space, running water, and Wi-Fi. So I've done step 3. Now I'm going to go to step 4, which is to decide on the order of your points. So I've numbered mine. I'm going to start with this one, going abroad and working with incredible people, which is the same as this, very similar. So I'm going to put them together. And 3 is this one, having 2 dream jobs. 4, it's hugely rewarding. And 5, people are interested in you. 6, not getting involved in politics. Then I'm going to move on. So I've grouped all the attractions together. I find that more
You don't have to
manageable.
group.
You
Don't
attractions
have to do that if
together
you don't
and
want to.
challenges together. You can mix them up if you want. But I find that a bit messy. Okay, then the challenges. I think this is the biggest challenge. You're going to be in conflict zone. And then you will have some dangerous diseases to handle. And then there are no flights. So you can't transport things. And then you might not have these basic comforts. So now I'm going to write the summary, and I'm going to make sure that I write in my own words. So one of the attractions of being an MSF doctor is the opportunity to travel overseas and work with amazingly skilled medical practitioners. So you can see that I have used my own words. Moreover, you can hold another job since you only work for 5 months a year as an MSF doctor. Most importantly, it is highly fulfilling and people look up to you. So I've used transitions, and here again. Additionally, you can contribute while staying away from politics. However, so I'm going to the other side now. I'm going to do the challenges. There are also challenges. So I'm using the words in the passage so the examiner knows that I'm answering the question, fulfilling the task. So there are also challenges such as working in dangerous areas involving conflict or contagious diseases. So I combined 2 points here. Besides, another transition, the transportation of necessities is often problematic, especially when flights have been suspended. Furthermore, you may not receive basic comforts, such as your own room, running water, and internet. So I've written the summary within 108 words. Now I'm going to look more closely at my answer. I'm going to explain what I've done. So I've used the words in the question. So the examiner knows that I am doing attractions first and then challenges. I have put the points in the order that I decided earlier on. So I've numbered them here until 10. I have used transitions. You can see them in yellow so that it is cohesive. And then I have also combined points by using conjunctions. So I have 2 points here. And I have also 2 points here using joined using a conjunction. That's your second point in this sentence. And also here. So you should join points whenever possible. So this is the mark scheme. The highest level for reading, it's 9 to 10 marks. I think I've cut off the table A reading. Okay, so you get 10 marks for reading, for identifying the points. A very effective response that demonstrates a thorough understanding of the requirements of the task, demonstrates understanding of a wide range of relevant ideas, and is consistently well focused. I should have highlighted this part. Points are skillfully selected to demonstrate an overview. To target level 5, candidates should aim to give a well-focused response. That means answering the question, drawing ideas from the passage provided. They should demonstrate clear understanding of both explicit and implicit meanings. So this was what I explained earlier about the not having the basic comforts like running water and Wi-Fi. Overview demonstrates a candidate's ability to summarize carefully selected key points in relation to the focus of the question. So you're fulfilling the task rather than to paraphrase the entire passage. Okay, then we have the writing section. So the highest level, it's level 3. You would get 4 to 5 marks if you have a relevant response that is expressed clearly, fluently, and mostly with concision. The response is well organized, so you have to organize it in your own way, not follow the organization of the text. The response is in the candidate's own words. So make sure you're using your own words, don't lift. Using a range of well-chosen vocabulary which clarifies meaning. Of course, your spelling, punctuation, and grammar must be correct. Candidates should make sure their answer would be clear to anyone who has not read the original text. So you must assume that you are summarizing for somebody who has not read the text. Reading back through the response to edit or correct can help candidates to target higher marks. A well-organized response will show signs that the route through the answer has been considered beforehand. You have planned the order of the points, with ideas helpfully organized for the benefit of the reader. So you want to write in a way that helps the reader to understand easily. Lapses in organization might be indicated by repetition, simple listing of ideas, or over-reliance on the organization of the original text. So you don't have to follow the organization of the original text. This is from the examiner report. I'm not going to read everything to you. You can do so on your own. I'm just going to read this part to you. And we have already come across this in the mark scheme. But I just want to emphasize that you should explain ideas in a way that someone who had not read the passage would understand. You should write the summary in your own words and do not add any details of your own. Avoid any repetition of points and try to be concise. Don't be too much over 120 words. Okay, so again, if you have questions, you can email me, and thank you.